that, you know, I want, if we're going to do it, let's do it. Come on, let's get going. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. You know, unless there's some kind of obstacle that we need to overcome first, that, you know, we obviously need to tackle first. But, you know, I'm very impatient. I've gotten better over the years. Lord has taught me to be more patient. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of like you. But then I always go back to the fact that when I get that way, I just pray, say, God, you know, let this happen in your time, because your time is always the best time. I've tried to rush things in the past and try to make things happen before their time, and they just do fall apart. So
yeah, they do. The works of man, you know, the works of man. Only God can do it right. So.
That's right. Absolutely, God can do it right. So, well, Paul, we're ending up in here in this hour here. So, you know, man, I really appreciate you coming on with me and talking with me today.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the conversation, and you know, I hope that we can have you on again.
Oh, most definitely. Anytime, most definitely. Thank you very much.
All right, well, folks, that was Paul Jameson, correspondent with The Edge, and we're just having a general conversation about different things today, and we hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty, folks, that was Paul Jameson, the Edge correspondent, with us today, and man, that's a neat conversation we had about martial law. You know, martial law is something that I don't think is going to be one of those if it happens. I believe it's one of those things that's going to when it happens. And you know, we have to stand up and make a stand, and we have to stand up to the powers that be when they try to interfere with our basic rights as human beings and in the United States here, our constitutional rights. And I believe martial law, as I stated in the interview, I believe is going to be a big thing they're going to use, I think, to stifle some of our religious freedoms if we do not stand up and take a stand and stop this before it happens. Folks, as I always say, and for those of you that don't know me in person, I've always said this for a long period of time, that we should all stand up and take notice for ourselves. need to investigate for ourselves. Don't believe everything you hear, and only half of what you see. It's an old saying, and I believe that holds true. When it comes to religious freedoms, we need to make sure we always know that we are going to be a force that's going to keep that freedom alive. And also we're going to need to be able to stand up and help for those who can't help themselves to maintain that religious freedom. God wants you to fight for Him. He wants you to fight for yourselves. He wants you to be a voice in the midst of chaos in this world. And that voice that He wants you to be is a vessel of His Word. Now, the government, I believe, will try at one point in time make more drastic measures in this country, the United States, to take away that religious freedom. The reason I feel that way is becoming this more and more of a topic among politicians. And even though I don't believe with all of these denominations or groups of people and their particular belief of how they interpret the Scriptures, I do believe they have a right to worship as they want to, as long as that worship does not involve in hurting anyone else. Now, people would say that, take that statement and go, hey, well, we can some of these other cults can worship like they want to. Well, you can worship like you want to as long as it doesn't interfere with someone else's basic rights of freedom and choice. God created us as creatures of free will, and I believe that we should honor that. God Himself doesn't violate that law. Folks, keep your eyes open, your ears open, and your hearts open, and listen to the Spirit of God as it talks to you, directing your paths and illuminating the way that you can walk in this world as He would like you to do. It's not about what we want, it's about what God wants. I believe that wholeheartedly. For those people, there are others, those people that have a calling to do this or that. God calls different people to different things. And be patient with God, because God's timing is always the best. We're here today, we'll be here next week, and the week after that, as long as we can. As long as there's breath in our voices, or in our bodies, as long as our voices can make sound, we'll be talking on this network, along with the other fine host of other shows, to deliver the truth and discover the truth together. I'm your host, Larry Catt. I appreciate it deeply, you being with us tonight, and see us next week with another exciting guest. You take care, and have a blessed day.
I can hear the sound of freedom, like a distant voice to call. I'm beckoning me to follow where I am never gone. Although my heart is willing, I just stood there at the wall, praying somehow it would fall. But in a cross I found the doorway, and a hand that held the keys. And when the chains fell at my feet, for the first time I could see. This is how it feels to be free. This is what it means to know that I am forgiven. This is how it feels to be free. To see that life can be more than I imagined. This is how it feels to be free. This is how it feels to be free. Yeah. There are days when I'm reminded of the prison I was in, like a living nightmare, burning from within. I can feel the voice of evil